The most important facts for us and the American people to understand are the facts that haven't been said today. And the reason why they haven't been said is that they are largely classified. And the reason that's important is that the American people have no idea, really no idea, about the immensity of the threat in space.
It happens in 1967 at Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana. Nick is on his way to meet a key witness to the event. Robert Salas served 7 years in the Air Force, rising to the rank of captain.
So tell me what happened.
March 24th, 1967, I and my commander, Fred Mywall, were on duty in Roy, Montana.
The men are stationed in the missile launch bunker, 60 feet below ground.
We had control of 10 nuclear missiles. The Minuteman I. Each missile had an 800 kiloton nuclear weapon.
If ordered, it's Salas's job to launch the warheads.
I was on alert status. In other words, my commander, Fred, was taking a little nap break. Sometime in the early morning hours, I get a call.
Dallas.
On the other end of the phone is a terrified guard stationed above the bunker.
He's screaming into the phone. He's yelling, "Sir, I'm looking out the front gate. I see this glowing red object."
The strange red object is moving like nothing the guards have ever seen before.
We were flying very fast across the sky, stopping on a dime, reversing course, making 90-degree angle turns, making no noise. These guys were very, very frightened. It was a critical situation.
As fear spreads above ground, things are about to get even more terrifying below.
I need you to wake up. I've got the weirdest...
Salas wakes his commander and tells him the guard's report of a UFO above the base. Suddenly, the unthinkable happens.
The lights turn from green to red. In other words, red meaning unlaunchable.
Everything went red.
All 10 missiles were disabled, every single one of them.
So what does that mean?
It means if we were given the order and if we had to go through our launch procedures, they couldn't be launched. This was an inexplicable situation.
With the missiles down, America's nuclear shield is compromised.
What was going through your mind when all this was happening?
You know, I'm thinking we're under some sort of an attack.
As Salas and his commander desperately try to get their missiles back online, they learn that a week earlier, another missile launch crew at Malmstrom Base reported seeing the same strange lights. And seconds later, their nuclear warheads also go offline.
Witnesses have described these craft as disc-shaped or cylindrical-shaped or spherical.
If you think what's being said inside this building is completely ridiculous, you might want to consider something.
My name's Robert Hastings. Thank you for coming.
These are men who might know what may have gone on. They're former Air Force missile launch officers, missile base officers, who say UFO spaceships, flying saucers, make nuclear weapon systems go haywire.
In 1966, according to a launch officer, David Shore, his missiles were temporarily activated just as his security guard was reporting a bright object moving from missile to missile to missile.
10, 9, 8.
And it's not just in the United States. Also,
4, 3,
in Russia.
2, 1.
Like a 1982 incident that happened in then Soviet Ukraine.
Given the fact that these incidents have gone on over there, including one incident of their missiles being temporarily activated when a UFO was hovering above the missile base, identical to what occurred here, I think we can rule out that whoever are piloting these craft are either American or Russian.
And I've made this comment in a classified setting, that I wish the American people could be present in this room, because our adversaries know what they are doing. We know what they are doing. They know we know what they are doing. But the American people have no idea.
They're going to try to connect it to Israel and say, see, we're a violent group that plan on killing people, which that's a damn lie. Because if we was going to kill people, we would have did it already. Right. We killing you with this damn truth. That's what the hell we doing. We killing you spiritually. That's why we was in D.C. and they flew the damn jets over us mad loud. Damn demons, man. The jets was all the way miles away from us at first. They was doing an air show and the jets was miles away from us at first. Then all of a sudden, like an hour later, the damn jets drop down and fly right over us mad loud.
Because our adversaries know what they are doing. We know what they are doing. They know we know what they are doing. But the American people have no idea.
Restricted airspace over nuclear missile bases, but on occasion have disabled ICBMs and put the military on high alert. In one dramatic incident from the film, military photographers using telescopic lenses watched a UFO disable a warhead used in a missile test fired from Vandenberg.
And flying out over the Pacific, suddenly this domed disc, an object with a dome, came in to frame, circled the warhead, which was flying about 8,000 or 10,000 miles an hour, shot 4 beams of light at it, whereupon the warhead, the dummy warhead, fell into the Pacific Ocean and the UFO left the vicinity.
UFO incidents at the Nevada test site became so routine, according to a former security officer named Walter Levine, that teams were assigned the job of specifically looking for them at a specially equipped building in Indian Springs Air Base, now known as Creech. Levine told Hastings,
he said they were all luminous, they were disc-shaped, some of them he said were square-shaped. We were to pick up a telephone in this little shack. He said there was no dial tone, a voice would just come on. We would read off all these coordinates, the direction of the object, the altitude, etc. And then he said when we wrote this stuff down on a piece of paper, we were then to burn the paper in a trash can in the shack.
We got no freedom! We got no freedom!